Today we'll look at some work eccentrically loading our core muscles, which means strengthening the core in a state of length. So we'll start out in plank. You'll want your mat near a wall, and you'll want 1 or 2 blocks. If you have really floppy blocks, 2 is helpful. And something to slide on. So I'm on a carpet, so I've got creative here and grabbed my kids' toy mag tile trains because they have wheels and they can support my weight with my hands on them to slide out in a plank. But you could grab a foam roller that you might like roll your IT bands out and put your hands on that to roll forward. If you're on hardwood, it's a little easier. You can put dish towels underneath your hands or like just a sweatshirt under your hands and slide on that, a blanket, whatever you've got. So something that will roll with you. All right, come on into plank with your feet at the very back of your mat. And then in this plank, I'd like you to see where you're at. If you're at capacity, you hold. If you have more, walk your hands 1 handprint forward. Now notice if your pelvis sags, I want you to lift up so your pelvis and shoulders are actually in the same line. Your legs slope down. Imagine like if a 20-pound child wanted to walk across your back, they could, and you wouldn't collapse under the weight. So you're pushing into your fingertips, broaden your shoulder blades, scoop your tailbone, tuck your tailbone. If you have more, walk your hands out to the very corners of your mat. Keep looking forward and take 5 more breaths. You can always do this work on your forearms if this bothers your wrists, right? Feel your core engage, tailbone scoops, shoulder blades widen. 1 more breath. And then from here, we'll lower the knees 1 at a time. Come to all fours. Next exercise, come on up to kneeling. Squeeze a block between your inner thighs on its narrow setting. Reach your arms forward. You're gonna feel this a lot in your quads, but you'll also engage your core to keep your ribs and your hips organizing in towards one another. Arms forward. As you exhale, go back without a back bend. Inhale, come right back up. And then squeeze into the block with your inner thighs and exhale, go back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Try to keep your core engaged so you don't go into a back bend, right? Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze the block, go back, exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, come on up. Move to the wall. Grab 1 or 2 blocks with you. So for this one, you're gonna lie down, feet on the wall with your knees straight. So you wanna be close enough to the wall that you can actually kind of grip into the wall with the soles of your feet. The block is gonna be on the middle height, right under your pelvis. You could also try this on a bench, right, with someone kind of bracing and holding your ankles. If you have those like really floppy foam blocks, you might put 2 double up to reinforce the stability of them under your hips. And your heels are hips height. And you want to not just lightly rest your foot on the wall, you want to get close enough to the wall that you can kind of push the sole of your foot into the wall and engage your leg. Okay, now hands on your thighs, lift up off your head and shoulder blades. And as you exhale, you're gonna slowly lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. And then exhale, lift up. Inhale here. And then slowly lower down. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, curl your chin to your chest, lift up. And go slow as you exhale, lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Curl up. Exhale. Inhale here. Lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale here. Exhale, curl up. Inhale here. Lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Move your blocks out of the way. I know that's a tricky one. Lower onto your back. Bring your arms down by your sides and your legs up. Lower your legs very slowly. Point your toes. Lower back to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale them up and put it on repeat. Exhale, lower 5, eccentrically strengthening. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach them up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach them up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach them up. 2 more. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach them up. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach them up. Good. Last thing. Rock and roll to seated. And grab your slippy thing, right? Whatever that is. And I'm going to just move a little bit away from the wall. So if you're on a hardwood floor, you're actually going to stand at the top of your mat so that your hands are off the mat. So your hands will be on like a blanket or a couple of oven mitts or socks on your hands, whatever you'd like, so you can slip and slide. If you're on carpet like I am, it doesn't matter because you don't have that slippy surface to work with. So I'm just going to do this one at the back of my mat. And we're actually going to start on our knees. We'll work our way up from the knees to a forward fold if that's appropriate. And if it's not, you stay on your knees. This is really good work. You're going to feel it the next couple of days in your low belly, like in these fibers of muscle down below the navel, clear down to the pubic bone. Okay, so palms on your slippy surface, foam roller, toy cars, what have you. And from your all fours position, you're going to slide your arms forward and lower your hips just slightly so you're at an incline into your edge. So like that super person plank we started with. And then roll it back up. And then let's put that on repeat 3 times. So roll it out to your edge. And roll it back in, and roll it out to your edge, push into your hands, and roll it back in. And one more time, roll it out to your edge. And you might be having this on repeat. Now, if you're like, I can't do this, this is really intense, don't worry, this is pretty intense core work. So you could come into a forearm plank and hold your forearm plank. And that's a really great place to build your strength. I would recommend like a 2-minute forearm plank. Build up to 2. Start 30 seconds, build 1 minute, 1 minute 30, go to 2. 2-minute daily forearm plank is great for the core. One of my favorites. Now, if that was easy, you want more, join me here, or just keep repeating if you're somewhere in between the forearm plank and this next option. So what you'll do is stand in a forward fold at the back of your mat or at the top if you're on a hardwood surface. And then slide out into plank. And then flip over the feet to the tops of the toenails, lower your knees. Keep tucking the tailbone, engaging the core. Slide out so your nose touches before your pelvis touches. Ugh. And then army crawl your elbows in until you come back to that standing forward fold at the back or the top of your mat, wherever you are, depending on your surface. Put it on repeat. Let's try 3 more. You flip over the feet, you scoop the tailbone and see if you can lower your nose before your pelvis. Yeah. And then army crawl it back in. Plank. Roll over your feet. Hollow body as you lower. Last one. Plank. Roll over. Hollow body. That means you're scooping from your ribs to your pubic bone. Okay. Nice work. So this eccentric strengthening of the core is an important component of core strength that we don't often emphasize in the world of crunches and sit-ups.